Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome to my channel. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. Today is Tuesday, April 15th, tax day for those of you who waited till the last minute. Hopefully that goes well. All right. So this is going to be a reading for Virgo. This is a general reading. This can be if Virgo is your sun sign, rising sign, moon, or Venus. Or you could be a cross watcher watching because you know a Virgo or are involved with a Virgo. So let's see. I was guided to use the Soul's Journey lesson cards by James Van Praagh. Please remember that this is a general reading. This won't resonate for everyone, but please take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you so much to all the people who have clicked and viewed and liked and subscribed. My channel is growing, and I so appreciate all of you. If you haven't subscribed and you like my style of reading, I would be so honored if you would do so. All right, okay. All right. What do we have for Virgos today? My beautiful guides. Oh, a couple have started to flip over and then not. And then my guides are just giving me this message about sometimes, excuse me, you think you're going to do something and then you don't do it, or you plan to do something and then you don't do it for whatever reason. You start off with a good plan and you're like, this is what I'm going to do. And, oh, my throat. And then for whatever reason, you just decide not to do it, or you talk yourself out of it, or you don't feel like you can do it. So, don't have that mindset, Virgos, okay? You can do whatever you set your mind to do. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, listen to your guides, and then make a decision. So the card that came out from the Soul's Journey lesson cards, is guilt. Yeah, guilt can stop us from doing a lot of things that we probably should do. We may feel guilty because we don't think somebody else is going to like what we're doing. We may feel guilty because someone else can't do what we're doing. We may feel guilty because we're doing something for ourselves. There's so many reasons. And guilt and worry are two of the most, wasted emotions. We should be connecting with our gut intuition when we're doing things, and we shouldn't feel guilty about taking care of ourselves and about doing the right thing for ourselves. Okay, so guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Yeah, Virgos. Yeah. So you need to release that guilt. Whoever this is for, you need to release it. No one is perfect. Wow, that's a good message for Virgos because Virgos tend to be perfectionists. Everyone makes mistakes. Guilt is not always rational, but if you examine it subjectively, act on it, and release it, it becomes a temporary emotion. Long-held guilty feelings are never good and will create a roadblock to self-love and happiness. Yes. You must continually scan your current emotions for any guilty feelings and bring them to the surface for analysis. Healthy guilt is a warning that action should be taken. Irrational guilt needs to be released. Yeah. So a healthy guilt, what could they mean by that? What could Spirit mean by that? Okay, let's say you said something harshly to somebody, and then afterward you kind of regret that you said that. That's a healthy guilt because it's reminding you, look at the light is shining right on there. There we go. That's reminding you that you should make amends, or I don't know, say you're sorry, or go back and say, I didn't mean it the way it sounded, what have you, something like that. So that would be a healthy guilt. It's a temporary thing, and it's not going to make you stay in it. You know, you're not going to stay in that guilt, but you're going to act on it and make it right, if that makes sense. You know, unhealthy guilt is, let's say you scheduled a facial or a mani-pedi and you just sit there going, I shouldn't have spent the money on this, I shouldn't have spent the money. That is unhealthy guilt, because self-care is self-love and you shouldn't feel guilty about it. All right, so my guides asked me to use a couple decks I don't often use. One of them is called Divine Doors, and every card has a different door on it. This is the door that came up for you. I'm sure that doesn't give you a good feeling, right? That is clutter, and it's like an old broken window. This doorway is kind of looking at this window, and it looks beautiful there. How can you get to this, right? How can you get to this? And the message is walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people. The earth is your tribe. The indigenous lessons you find, in indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. So that can go right along with that guilt, right? You need to get out in nature. You need to remember that you are part of the earth, part of the collective, part of the light, that you are source light, right? And there's no need to have guilt. But to connect with that light, you may need to go out and get your feet in the grass if it's warm enough. Go out and take a deep breath. If you have a porch or a deck or someplace where you can go outside, take 3 deep breaths of that outside air. Observe what's around you. Do you see birds or flowers or spring buds, or, you know, depending on where you are in the world, it could be fall leaves or whatever. But observe what you see and know that you are part of all of that, Virgos, right? Letting go of perfectionism and letting go of trying to be perfect is a big thing for you, right? Nothing is ever going to be perfect for any of us, for anyone. There is really no such thing as perfect. There just isn't. All right, and the next deck is the Woodland, I forgot what it's called. Woodland Animals, Woodland Spirits. I don't have the box to hand, so I can't remember. All right, what do we have for my Virgos from this deck, please? What do we have? What is the one best message from this Woodland Animal deck, please? What is the best? I think it's funny that the Doors one was about walkabout, and then the other deck is the Woodland Animals deck. I love that. All right, so this one, I love the cards look like this. Little fawn, a bunny, a squirrel, beautiful woods. It looks almost like what's beyond this, right? Look at that. Look at this and look at that. They look similar. All right, so the message here is music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen. Yeah, that's all about what Spirit just gave me to tell you, which is step outside. Breathe in the beautiful air, right? Breathe it in, feel it, know it, right? Take it in. Take it all in. Okay, now hopefully you'll be able to see this, because for some reason they want me to use the gold foil deck. I don't use that a lot because the light, I love the feel of it. I love the weight of it. But the light sometimes makes it hard to see the cards. But this is what they want me to use for you. So this is what I'm going to use. Okay, Virgos. All right, Spirit. So building on the guilt. Remember in the beginning when the cards were flipping and not flipping, making decisions, sticking with your decision, following through with what you say you're going to do or what you've planned to do. Not talking yourself out of it, but going forward, moving forward, not feeling guilty about self-care and self-love, right? Doing it. Going for a walkabout, getting out of the cluttered Dead air, space. That's so weird. Look at that. The card. I don't know if it was already flipped or if I did that or Spirit did it or who did it. But, okay. So getting out of your space, getting out of your head even, breathing in the air, walking in the woods or in a, I don't know, some people, you know, it depends on the weather. Like today here, it's rainy, so I wouldn't want to be out walking outside. I know some people do it anyway. Maybe when I was younger I would. But I do love the smell of the air after a good cleansing rain. I do love that. All right. All right, Spirit. What is the message for my Virgos, please? Building on what we already have. The music of the woods, the music of nature. This can be birds. This can be bees. This can be birds. This can be wind. This can be the noises that trees make when they rub together. You know what? If you can't get outside, thank you, Spirit. Go on your phone, on YouTube or somewhere and find something to listen to. That's nature sounds. That's forest sounds. That's water sounds. Okay. Deck has gone quiet. Just feel nature, okay? But most importantly, they're telling me get out of the space that you're normally in all the time. Okay. So the first card out from the deck is the Four of Wands. This is the 1111 card, and this is happy, joyful people. They're standing in front of a castle. They're holding up, I don't know exactly what that is. It looks like bouquets of flowers. Usually this has more than two people in it. This could be a happy relationship. This could be you just being happy with how things are for you right now. And the Empress. I love this because the Empress is like Mother Nature, Mother Gaia. This is all birthing of new ideas, new things. And this would be where your stick-to-itiveness comes in. What ideas are you birthing, right? This is the energy of all four queens, the feminine energy of all four queens. So whatever it is that you're thinking of doing, you can accomplish it, Virgos. Then we have the Three of Swords. This is my least favorite card in the deck, less than the Devil, less than the Tower, because this is miscommunication and heartache, okay? So this goes back to that guilt where we were talking about if you maybe said some harsh words to somebody and you may need to go back and make amends to that. That's what they're giving me, is that in this case, for this reading, for you today, the Three of Swords is making something right, whatever that is, okay? Now, maybe it hasn't happened yet. Maybe it's already happened. So what they're giving me is watch your conversations that you have with people, because there could be, you may say something inadvertently that hurts somebody else, and maybe you didn't exactly mean it that way, but it comes out that way, and you should go back and fix it. Now, could this be heartache or a breakup? I really don't think so, because you have the happy family card first. I really, really think and feel, I should say, that this is more about something that you may have said to somebody, some conversation that you may have had with somebody that is, got to be fixed, okay? All right, so let's see what else came out for you, my lovely Virgos. All right, next card out is the Nine of Wands. This is Wounded Warrior. This doesn't surprise me that this is coming out. You have worked and worked and worked and done all these things, all this action and passion that you've put in all this work, and you just don't feel like you're getting where you need to be, Virgos. And that could also have to do with the guilt of not going forward, of not committing, of not taking the step. It could also have to do with somebody or something that's holding you back. You've done all this work, you've put all this work in, and you're just feeling defeated for some reason. Now, that's not always the message from that card, but that's the message today. putting in all this work, putting in all this action and passion, and feeling like something or someone, some thought, there's something that is, it's almost like you feel like your feet are in quicksand, like you just can't get out of the space or the spot that you're in. But you need to remember that you are a strong, powerful being with the energy of all four queens. You can make it happen, but you have to commit and take the step. All right, the next one is, now we had the Nine of Wands, now we have the Nine of Swords. Nines are that accomplishment, but in both of these cards, the accomplishment is stunted. Thank you, Spirit. The accomplishment is stunted or stopped. In this case, it could be from outside influences. In this case, it's from your own inner thoughts. Your own inner thoughts that are keeping you from moving ahead. She has a quilt on that has roses all over it. Roses are a sign of love, right? Especially red roses. You need to love yourself, Virgos. You need to accept that it's not going to be perfect, but you need to move forward, okay? Whatever this is for you, it's going to be different for every single person watching this, but that's the strongest message that I'm feeling. And I know your last one was a super positive one, and I feel like you kind of got on this roll and you were like, yes, yes, here I go, I'm doing this, I'm going to get that done, I'm going to do this, I'm going to, I don't know, start a business, start a channel, start a new job, go on a vacation, I don't know, whatever it was that you were doing. And then all of a sudden, either some guilt, either guilty thoughts from you, from the inside of you, or somebody else making you feel guilty has kind of stopped and put a damper on it. Maybe this conversation has you feeling guilty. Maybe you made a comment or said something about what you were going to do. Maybe somebody else said it to you, but I strongly really feel like it's been a conversation where you've said something to someone. All right. Not surprisingly, the last card out for this part of the reading is the Six of Swords. What is happening in this card, right? Sixes are harmony. You can't have harmony bringing all of your old baggage with you, trying to go someplace new. This person is taking these people across a river, and they kind of look like they're huddled together, like, okay, we're going to start something new, but all of this is in the boat. You can't have a new beginning and drag your old baggage, old thought processes, old thought patterns, and sometimes old friends, unfortunately. Sometimes we have to cut people loose so that we can grow in our own right? It's just part of life and challenges and growing. There have been in my own life sometimes friendships that have, served their purpose, and now the people need to go their own way. Maybe this is something that's happening for you. It could be a friend, it could be a lover, it could be, well, let's face it, it could be a job. It could be that. It could be an old mindset. It could be a mentor. It could be someone that has served you well in the past, and it's just time to let go. It's time to do your own thing. It's time to get out there and be who you're meant to be. Time to put your education and all the things that you've done, right? These wands, all that action and passion that you've put into this, and it's time to get going with it, right? And maybe there's someone or something or some thought, or it's going to be different for all of you, that's holding you back from taking that step. Like I said, feeling like your feet are in quicksand, like just for some reason I'm getting the strongest feeling of I can't go, I can't do it, I can't arrange it. I'm trying to ask Spirit for any words that I can give you that will link into your specific situation. And then number 4, this is stability or stagnation. How appropriate, right? This is the main oracle deck. This is number 4, stability or stagnation. Are you stagnating, or are you becoming stable, right? Here may be secrecy. Here are things tucked away and out of sight. Here may be a private person. Here may be a need for light. Yeah. So what are you tucking away? What are the feelings or the thoughts? And this could be thoughts about your own self. Is there something that you need to face about yourself? Is there some truth that you need to realize about yourself? You know, are you in this thought process of that Nine of Swords where you're just, I'm hearing the word diverting. You know, sometimes we can be our own worst enemies. I know I've done it to myself. And there have been times where I've had to sit back and take a long look. You know, I'm sort of in the process of doing something right now, and some days I'm very excited about it, and some days I feel like I can't do it. You know, I just, you know, it's this constant human battle we have with ourselves, with our ego mind, with that angel devil shoulder analogy, right? The angel, you know, being positive and saying, oh, you can do it. Yeah, you've got this. You've got it handled. You're smart enough. You're strong enough. You're good enough. And then that devil saying, well, am I really? But no, we don't want to get into that. The angel needs to outweigh the devil, right? You just need to figure out, Virgos, what it is that you want and where you want to go. And once you figure it out, you need to take a step forward. You need to step forward. Step out of your comfort zone if you have to. Do what needs to be done so that you can get there and use all of those things that you've created. Not be the wounded warrior hanging back and feeling small, because you are very great and powerful. Yeah, here comes the dragon to remind you of that. So for your animal oracle, tiger, fire. Get that fire going. Light that fire in your belly. Put on your crown. I don't know why they're saying that. Put your crown on, grab your scepter, and march on, right? I choose to be unstoppable. It's a choice. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Yes. You, your guides, your intuition, your close tribe, your close friends, your confidants, those that hold you up and that are positive for you. Dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity, right? So shape-shifting at will, you can change to adapt to the situation, right? You don't have to stay that perfectionist and everything has to be just so and in order. If you don't start, you'll never grow. If you don't start, you'll never go. If you don't accept who you are in all your power, you will stay small. Don't stay small. Don't have guilt, right? Remember, release any beliefs that no longer assist in your soul's growth. That ties right into that Nine of Swords, the thought processes that you need to get rid of. And if you have to make a tape of your voice telling you how great and fantastic and wonderful you are and listen to it every morning, do that, right? Whatever works. The walkabout, right? Leaving that clutter behind, leaving the need to organize it and just getting out there and breathing in, listening to earth nature sounds, the music of the earth, right? Remember that. That happy family card, that Empress card with the four energy of the four queens, right? All of that energy, right? Make it right. Whatever it is that you said, maybe you said it to yourself. Maybe you said it in your mind, but all thoughts have frequency. So if you didn't say it to the person, maybe you thought it about the person and you need to fix that. We already discussed the 2 9s, right? And I just noticed we do have some Tesla energy here. 3, 6, 9, okay? So remember that as well. And the wardrobe, the secrecy. Are you having secret thoughts about yourself or someone else that you need to let go of, okay? And if you're a private person, you may need to bust out into the light. That's the wording they're giving me. Bust out into the light. Call on the fire of the tiger within, right? Call on the dragon. Shape shift and adapt, Virgos. Adapt. Leave behind that need for everything to be perfect. Wow. I hope you've enjoyed this reading as much as I've enjoyed doing it for you. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.